Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Like I promised in my previous video, I was going to show you guys how to host a website on GitHub using GitHub Pages. Right here I'm on a brand new account, and the first thing I need to do is create a new repository. And if you have a custom domain, this repository name can be anything, but if you don't, what you want to do is the repository name needs to be, or should be, is better, it's username.github.io. Um, but so just change the username with whatever your GitHub username is. So yeah, and then description's optional. And if you already have your web page made, don't add a README file. But if there's nothing made yet, just add one in. And if you didn't add in a README page, it'll give you instructions on how to add it to your project directory and how to push that entire directory into your GitHub repository. But if you haven't had your web page made yet, like I haven't, just create a new file and name it index.html. And this is pretty much just the landing page of whenever someone goes to your domain. That way, when they look up, for example, the tutorial pool.github.io, it'll land you straight on the index.html without having to do the \index.html. So I'm just gonna do just to know that everything's working like it's supposed to be. That's not really the proper format for an HTML page, but it's good enough for these purposes. And to host it as using GitHub Pages, go to Settings, scroll down to GitHub Pages, and what it's going to look like for you guys, I just did a test run, but to make sure everything's working. But you will go down to source and just set it to whatever branch you want to use as a source. By default, I think main's the best one. So yeah, you press save, and your site should be hosted at that link. As you can see, tutorial pool HTML. Tutorial pool homepage when I click on it. I think you can't really see the URL. Let me just, yeah. As you see, it's the URL that was on GitHub Pages. Alright, and now I'm going to show you guys how to add a custom domain to your GitHub page. First thing you need to do, obviously, is get yourself a domain. For this video, I just got ooh, did I not get one? I guess I did not, so I'll just register a new domain. I'm just using free nom. I would recommend you guys go with, I'm just using this because it's free. I'm not actually going to use this domain. I'll probably cancel it right after this video. But I recommend another site. There's a bunch of sites. GoDaddy, Namecheap, other sites like that. I know a lot of sites that offer $1 for a year of a domain for new users. So it's not that expensive. Like I said, using this for now. Check out. And I'm just going to wait for this to complete. All right, and now that I have that, I'm gonna go to my domains. And what you want to do is go to your DNS settings. Um, this page is going to look different for a bunch of different websites. Pretty much what you want to do is for the target, you're going to want to put GitHub's custom IPs. They're going to look something like this right here. So I'm going to have these in the description box below, so you don't have to go looking for this page, but I'm just going to copy and paste these in. Just going to save this. And the type of record that you want to be using are A records. And then, oh, I forgot. You're going to want to put, for the name here, I think it's called something different for other sites, but what you want to do is put your domain name. You could also, I know some sites allow wildcard DNSs, which would pretty much look like this. But you could also just create another record with like a www dot, something like that, so that it would that also links you to the page. But I'm not going to do that. So pretty much you just save your changes and just wait for this to load, and then records modified successfully, no records to display. Go back to GitHub, and I want to add the custom domain right here and press save. And pretty much what that did is it created a CNAME file with the domain uh, inside of it. So if I go back to settings, you can see that my site has been published as the domain, and if I click on it, tutorial pool homepage. Depending on what site you use for your domain, you might not be able to enforce the HTTPS without getting an SSL certificate. It just so happens that the website I got it from doesn't need it, but if you do, I would check to see if your site offers it for free. I know the site that I used for my stake pool, my Cardano stake pool, is IONOS, and they offer a free wildcard SSL certificate. But another thing that you can use is AWS. They have a certificate manager that you can use for free. AWS has a free tier that's free for I think a year, and you can pretty much just get certificates. So what you want to do is request a public certificate, enter in your domain name, and then if you might want to add www dot if you set it up as a subdomain. I didn't, so I'm not going to, but just click next, and if you followed the previous step and you have access to the DNS, you choose DNS validation. If not, you could just do email validation. Click next, review, confirm, and what you want to do is take the name, actually go to your DNS settings. You want to make a CNAME type, and the rest is pretty self-explanatory. You copy the name, you paste it right here, you copy the value, and you paste it right here, and you create the record type. Um, it's not going to work for me. It already has a certificate, and this won't work on this domain won't work on AWS, but it should work for you. I used it for a lot of my other domains that I have, and after that, you should be able to enforce HTTPS. If it still doesn't work for you, just comment down below and I'll try to help you out. But yeah, if you just clicked on this video to learn how to make a GitHub page and how to add a custom domain to it, you can click off now. But for people who came from my previous video and are trying to see how to add your Cardano pool metadata, pretty much what you want to do is just add a new file and name it. I'm going to name it poolmeta.json. You can name it whatever you want, just make it a JSON file. And you pretty much want to copy and paste whatever metadata that they told you to when you're trying to register your pool on a single line. So I think it's going to look something like this. Name, enter your pool name, ticker, and then I think it's description, and then home page, and then this home page is going to just be whatever domain that you have for this. Make sure it's HTTPS. And this could be a nonce. I'm just gonna do it random. And then if you didn't, if you did, or if you wanted to do an extended, it's just extended, and then the URL to the extended. And then you're just going to commit that. Then the same thing for the extended meta, the extended URL for the metadata. Just create a new file. And then it's do whatever you're supposed to do in here. Like it's info. So yeah. And that's how you set up the metadata for your, or that's how you host your metadata for your pool. And the URL for that's just going to be tutorial pool. And as you see, all that data is right there. And then you also want to check your extended meta, and it's right there. And if you wait a little bit and you go on to 8A pools, and you go to a pool that you claimed, or your pool, claim the pool, and go to the metadata, you should see all this pop up. But yeah, that's it for this video. If this video helped you, like and subscribe. There's also my wallet addresses, my crypto wallet addresses, if you guys want to consider donating. It's not necessary, but greatly appreciated. All right, and I'll see you in the next video.